So, what I want to talk about today is how expensive is it to actually have a large fish tank like this 125-gallon one behind me? And the answer is it's really not that expensive if you don't want it to be. If you buy everything brand new, top of the line stuff, yeah, it's definitely going to run up there. Um, but I got this tank off of Facebook Marketplace for $150. So the big thing is like a tank that size brand new is going to cost you at minimum $450 if you do that one from PetSmart. But most of the time, tanks that size are going to be well over 1,000. So if you look for them used though, since it's a very limited market, they go for pretty cheap. So I got $150 for the tank, and then you also try to fill it, with substrate. You either choose gravel or sand. Personally, I prefer sand. I think it just looks more natural. And one of the things you can do is there is that, the fake substrate sand stuff you can get at like a pet store that is, 5 pounds for like 20 bucks. I actually went and I got pool sand from my local hardware store. It's a 50-pound bag for $8, and I got two of them. So I don't think I quite use both of them. I use about one and a half. So right there, already saving money. And I also think the fake plants and rocks you get at a pet store also don't look very good. They look kind of cheesy. So I actually went outside and picked up some slate. So nice black slate, it's very clean looking design, and stuck that in there. So that was free. Just had to go walk around outside, kind of look like an idiot, picking up rocks. But then after that, that's about everything that needed to get the actual tank set. And then the filter, I first started out with an Aqueon 110 and also an Aqueon 75 and had both of those running. But I decided the hang-on back filters were a little loud. So I ended up going with then the Fluval FX4. It's set for, they say, 400 gallons. I don't think it's actually going to be, set for that much. They always say, take kind of about like in half. So I ended up going with that, and then also I still run my Aqueon 110, and especially when I'm cleaning the tank and there's a lot of like debris in there. But that thing on sale was $235 from Ken's Fish, and I think they do that sale every year. At least the last couple of years, I've always seen that there's a Fluval thing on sale there. So I've picked up that and a few other Fluval things there with that discount. And so you add those things, and then the heater was $50. Just regular Aqueon heater. I actually have two in there, but one of them's from like a small old tank that I had from a hospital tank that I ended up not using. So that one is just I had in a box. And that's really essentially all the costs that I had for the actual tank itself. Now the lights, on the other hand, they were a little on the expensive side, I guess, as far as lights go. But they weren't too bad. You can get some like Chinese ones, I think, for really cheap. I ended up going with these like name escapes me right now, but they're roughly around like $125. And I've been pretty happy. I've thought about switching it over to saltwater, but one of the things is these lights don't penetrate very deep, so you can run into some issues there. So I would have to switch my light setup if I did end up going full saltwater like I have in my office. But yeah, other than that, that's really about all the costs besides the fish. I bought my cichlids from a local fish store here, and it wasn't too bad. So I mean that's really kind of like up to whatever you want to fill it with. Some people want a planted tank and just goldfish or something like that. I don't know why you'd want a 125-gallon tank with goldfish, but hey, to each their own. So yeah, 150 for the tank, 235 for the filter, about $50 for the heater, 125, 150 for the lights, $16 for the sand in it, and the rocks are free. So it's also nice because it's so large that I don't need to clean it all the time. Whereas my smaller one, I try to clean it every week. This one, I'll let it go like 2 or 3 weeks, and it doesn't do too bad. So yeah, other than that, if you guys are thinking of starting up a tank and we're worried about the cost of a large one, don't be. If you are, as long as you don't do it impulsively and just want everything right away, you can definitely sit and wait for some deals to pop up and, have yourself a nice setup for, fairly cheap. So thank you. I appreciate it.